The Fisheries Department is not responsible for surveillance at sea. It's the Gambian Navy. But the Gambian Navy is in constant contact with the Fisheries Department, keeping them the list of vessels which are authorized to fish. That's why if you go to Khartoum, you have the Navy having a special office there, so that at least rapid intervention they can do it. Not only industrial vessels which are doing bad fishing, even the artisanal fishermen are doing it. They have, some of them are using nets which are below the mesh size. And according to international FAO, they have seen that conventional management of fisheries have not succeeded as expected. That's why we are now involving the communities, what we call co-management, so that we can manage the resources together.
The fish we are catching them with hooks, not with net. But the net fishermen are disturbing all around by using their net and different size of nets they are using normally. That is affecting the fishermen with hand lines and fishermen with fishing rods. Because what the nets are catching is more than what the hooks are catching. And then they normally catch small and big size. We are looking for big size only, no small size. So for that being the case, that's normally disturbing us here.
Internationally, hook and line is one of the methods of fishing which is recommended because it's selective. If you put a big hook, you catch a big fish. If you put a small hook, you catch a small fish. That's why sometimes if you go around the Gunjur, Bakau, you see women with catfish, small ones. Because the people catching it are using small hook. That's why the department, with the support of the Banner for USAID project, and also currently we have an UNDP regional project, we want to have a management plan for the catfish. Because even the women who are working with the catfish, one time I asked them, they said they prefer to have a bigger catfish to work with rather than smaller ones.
Gunjur became another vibrant landing site along the Atlantic coast owing to its geographical opening to West Coast metropolitan town of Brikama. This makes the traders to trade their fish products to the hinterland settlements.
Galaso mbuka so andu na galaso soto ni mo na ta confuse ni sama galaso soto ni mo na ta buka galaso wahi iko kana galaso wahi na nyina ka tumbe ko no mbuka lomba kala nyame mbuka lomba kala nyame ko kana o kata nyina ko ya ko ba da tudin ba da ta ja
jala fo nyin folo ta katonne wato gunjur jang tendarin nam kasin kol min be kana jala fayola ibe ka sabat katon kabirin woketa katon futanya ka kolea wala tinna enyin tenda yele jang wato masinte kerin ika jibole ta jaro ne tate futata nyela itimin bisirin mo sabale kata ñun dombe kulun sonyoto dobe siringa bala dobe kulun kungoto mimbe kulun kungoto wala ka jalo fay nali futata nyela ni ala jalo tenteng ay lo e jalo e kulungo mutaye ay chalo biti jalo la na ya bit fa pare ale jalo saba ani nyena ali ya konkon ale jalo fay kote ke nalla duno sita ale chalo bulaje ale bulala kulun kono ale namuru.
With increase in population and the increased demand for fish as alternative cheap source of protein, fishing centers serves as potential attraction for migration, and this led to expansion of the industry. Consequently, this attracted the need for government's intervention to support the local fishing communities, especially those living along the coastal zone of Kombo South District, through collaborative effort with the international donor agencies.
Project intake around the Kombos and Yirabangi area is high, but we also want the people in the inland so that to benefit. That's why we have this aquaculture project with FAO and also the Taiwanese who are also assisting us.
With increased global dependence on the aquatic products and the massive participation of the people of coastal zone in the fishing industry for their livelihood, the government of the Gambia in the Second Republic deemed it prudent to support the development plan through international aid grant to ensure sustainability in the fishing industry. In 2003, the government benefited from aid grant from the government of Japan. This aid was made to support artisanal fishing in Kombo South District. This led to the establishment of modern storage facilities for people of coastal village of Gunjur and Tangier.
You have the Gunjur ice plant, Tangier, and all those things. You have smoke ovens where they smoke. You have dry racks where they dry. So all that is to reduce post-harvest losses in the country, where the women are operating. And then the men, of course, you have women also. You have men bananas, you have men fish smokers, you have men fish dryers. Before you go to Tangier, you'll see mostly people from Jambanjeli, the Samba family and the Kamara family. We are the ones who are dominating transportation of fish from here, from the Combo to the provinces. But now if you go to Tangier, at least you have so many Gambians who are involved in that trade.
The artisanal fisheries subsector in the Gambia is believed to provide about 90% of the domestic fish supplies and employs the majority of Gambians in the fishing industry.
I started to work in the fishing industry in 1971. Then, we had this fish cold store behind the market, a road market. I worked for them as operations manager. And for some time, they decided to leave the Gambia. They were in joint venture with the Gambia government. When they left, I set up National Partnership Enterprises, NPE, and that was the first time we had a factory here owned by Gambians. Because before me, there was a Ghanaian company who was in herrings fishing. He brought in vessels fishing for herrings, and he would freeze and store them in his cold storage. Had a cold storage there, and export to Ghana. They were doing fish, and I was doing shrimps. One day, there was a big catch. When I bought the shrimps, about 4 tons that day, in a single day, 4 tons. I bought these shrimps and packaged them, but to freeze them, they refused to do that. We went to the Ministry of Finance, and the Minister of Agriculture, who was then responsible for fisheries, was invited, and we had a chat with the Ghanaians and had to have an agreement. The project I had with Danida became finalized, and we started, that's when we started building the factory at the Wafinyago. That's the MP cold stores. And after that, it was all a glory for the Gambia and for myself. Because Gambia had a factory run by Gambians, employing Gambians, and exporting seafood from the Gambia to Europe, Africa, Asia, Americas, and bringing in foreign exchange into this country.
Isin bi nga gis ni muy isini MPB isin bi bu mu daanoo si Gambia la mool yi nekk fii dina ko si lay am problème because isin bi bii moo ñu doon dimbale fii si possible bu ñëw si fii si Gambia bi fii Konaté moom moo ko doon jënd loolu moo tax ba jamono buñ toll bii nii fu mu ne ñun ñu ngi amee gàllankoor boo xam ne pour nappa sipa bi because amuñ maquette et loo bëgg a liggéey maquette bi su fekkee ne yaa ngee nappa sipa bi mun naa am tey mu dem wala du dem wala sipa boo xam ne dañ ko war a yóbbu fii ba Dakar mu am war a am ñu ne la éluwees mun na am sax ñu yóbbu sipa bi ba mu àggal sax ñu ne amul glace yàqu na firi waaye time bi nga xamee ne Konaté mu ngay jënd sipa bi loolu amutoon foofu sipa bi dañ ko doon jënd normalement.
According to the experts, the landing of the artisanal sector in 1999 fell just short of 30,000 tons.
Jande tendala mu mi yalon ko birna keba folol otomo wolika dolun jilo le bebulu ani ni fayjalo solo tenda to jang ya don 1 minute ni jalo fay kati ni ka jile fo banko fo balim boy datu ise jalo fay doron ye ñe muta fo la season fa tep otomo mol se chofolu chalo ñe ko façon abele be ñim banko bar sa mbe tembe da min